Okay, so just turning the sound up a bit. All right, that's about as good as it's going to get.
Okay.
So now, if what I can do is I can show people the stream, these lovely elephants. So there we are. So, and I'll just put that there. So what you can show people, Sue,
Yes.
is you can show the different elephants we've got. So we've got 30, I think some 37 items, and they can't see that. They can only see this.
Oh, okay.
So if you scroll up, we got one, we got two, we got three.
Get off my screen.
So
we have different sizes, and the ones that are coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the small ones. And you'll have seen them in front of me. So we're wanting people, we want you to bid, we want to make some money, and these will get sent to you, I guess.
So yes, what happens is after the bid's closed, then I'm going to hand this all over to the people at Seeds of Change, and they'll be sending you like an invoice, and you'll pay them directly. So the money's not coming through us at all, and it gets paid directly to Seeds of Change, who are registered as a charity with the Living Waters Phuket. And so I can say we could find these ones. So Scott has been extraordinarily generous, and he's got number 2.
Okay, so let's have a... This is very cute, this one. Yeah.
Number 4.
Blue Brianna is number 2.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 7.
Second Charlie.
He's picked all the good ones. And number 12.
Purple Pepper. And number 12 is... that one is one of my favourites. That's one's actually here on the desk.
Yes, that's it.
Blue Brianna. You're showing them and they can't see it, remember?
Well, they can.
Oh, they can on yours.
On this screen here.
Oh, okay.
And number 15.
Number 15, Hawaiian Haley.
And number 26. You missed out on 25, Scott.
And number 26, Amazon Amy.
Now, Dana's got number 10.
Let's go back down. And you'll see number 10 is...
So this Dana has bid for this and got...
And that's one of the small ones, which is like this.
Violet Valerie. And number 18...
this is Violet Valerie.
Yes. Chris has got number 18.
You're going all over the place here.
I know.
Number 18
is Chris.
Songkran Sally.
Number 25 is Kent. So thank you to all these people who have bid, and they've got these particular items.
That's a large one, and I'm just going to show you. So you can see is a large one.
That's a large one.
And they're just beautiful. I mean,
handmade too.
And these are not just for kids. These are for people. Put them on your shelf, put them on your bed. I mean, they're just really, really beautiful. And in fact, when we did they were made
from my shirts too.
I know.
If you smell them,
oh no,
they might smell a bit like
no,
me.
They don't. Fortunately, we did everything was cleaned very, very well before they were made. And when we did the opening of Seeds of Change, the governor and his wife came, and we had 2 beautiful ones made for them, and they were absolutely thrilled, and they have them sitting in his office, I believe.
And so, I'll get to these questions in just a moment. And number 30 is, number 28. Dan has won number 28.
That's a cute one. Chalky Chelsea.
I remember these shirts. And we've got 30.
I remember that shirt.
Is Brian. So
Violet Valerie.
So congratulations to Brian. And
that's a large one as well. That's another big one like this.
Yes, that's a large one. And then number 37, Towery. Rather a strange name, but Towery has
Christina Chang,
which is the big one. That's big.
We don't have that here, and I mean that is huge. And when I'm doing this, it really is
really
big.
Huge.
And they're beautiful. And there's only been a few of those really big ones made.
Yes, they're actually very, very rare. And I'm not sure where you are, Towery, but it might cost a bit to post out that big one. But we'll get back to you about postage costs and how to get them to you. So for anybody else that would like to bid, you can go to the link. The link's in the description of this video. It's also at the top if you scroll back through the what do you call it, the stream of chatting. I've also put it at the top of the chat. So you can click on that. You can read all about Seeds of Change. You can find out about the history of the shirts and where they came from. And then you can find out how to bid. So just once again, Seeds of Change, where did it sort of start? It started as a bit of a sewing club.
Okay, so it's been going actually for many years, I think since 2014 or 16. And it was some of the local expat ladies, and they decided they would teach local ladies how to sew. For many years now, they've been working out of a small area, so they couldn't expand. They could only teach a few ladies at a time. About, I guess, a year and a half ago, Sam, who we know here very well, Sam McHugh.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam. She started to work. She's been with them for many years, but she wanted to expand it and do a lot more. So she wanted to find new premises, but of course that needed money, and they certainly don't have any money. Anything that they make, they sell. But I'm on the board of a charity called Living Waters Phuket, and we were able to assist them with finding new premises, much larger premises, and backing them for a certain amount of time so that they can get up and established. And what they do is they run a 3-month scholarship for ladies, and a lot of Thai and even Burmese ladies and things who haven't got any skills but have got the ability or have children at home so they can't go out to work. What we've done is that they come and they do a 3-month training, and they pass the scholarship, and they learn to make all different items. Elephants are only one of the items. If you go to the Seeds of Change Facebook page, Seeds of Change Phuket, you'll see all of the different items that are made by these ladies. And I mean, they really are beautiful. So after the 3 months, they then have the opportunity of getting a job with Seeds of Change, where they will earn money for the products that have been made and been sold, or maybe they can go out on their own and start their own little business. The whole idea is for Seeds of Change to keep growing and expanding. And this is one way. When Tim came along and said, okay, I've got all of these crazy shirts, and Sam said, well, they're beautiful, they will make wonderful elephants. And we came up with the idea of making the elephants and auctioning them off, yes, at a higher price than you would normally pay for them, but this is to put money back into this wonderful charity so that they can expand further. So we hope that you'll think about it. These are wonderful gifts. You can take them back to your country. Even you can take them back to Australia, which is very difficult to get things into because there is nothing in them that is not environmentally okay. But they're just beautiful gifts for all ages. And we even have little key rings too.
Yes,
So,
tiny little ones.
yeah.
So what we're doing, I mean, they've all got, if you want to find it and you can't find the links for whatever reason, if you type in, you ready? Phuket-go.com. Phuket-go.com. New site for Phuket stories, and it's on the front page there. It's the charity auction. Click on that, gives you all the information. The idea is that you send us an email, and the email is timnewtontoday@gmail.com. That's an easy one, timnewtontoday@gmail.com. And just send us your bid, your name, the item that you're bidding on, and how much. And then the highest bid wins. It's as simple as that. And then we will contact everybody. It was the easiest way to do it because we didn't want to handle the money. We wanted to make sure that every single baht went to Seeds of Change.
There's no administration. There is absolutely nothing. All of the money, as Tim said, goes straight to Seeds of Change. And it is a really worthwhile cause, and it's putting people back into work or into work for the first time. So please get on there, have a look at these gorgeous elephants, and put in a bid.
So the bids are not closed yet. We'll actually finish I've turned off your YouTube because it still seemed to be causing trouble. So
Okay, that's
you've
okay.
only got that page now, and you have to read the comments
That's
from
right,
here.
I can read from there.
turn it around a little bit
That's
for
okay.
you, if that helps. So the bids will close tonight. We'll contact everybody in the next 24 or 36 or 48 hours. And I'll tell you if you've won your bid, and we'll send that email to Seeds of Change as well. They will then contact you about sending them the money. They'll give you the account, and all done and dusted.
I'd just like to answer Nong Waso. I have a Thai wife. She says, sorry, no elephant. Children want KFC. Ha, ha, ha. KFC is not very healthy for children, and these are really very healthy. So, no KFC.
And
buy an elephant.
Somebody reminded me that because I've been wearing these shirts, you would actually be able to extract a DNA sample, and then you'd be able to grow your very own Tim Newton.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely?
You could have one at home. You could have your very own Tim Newton, who could be bringing you breakfast in the morning and bring you a glass of wine at night.
Well, I actually have a Tom Ultmann that does that. He makes breakfast for me, and he usually has a glass of wine ready for me when I arrive home. So I've already got that. Thanks, Tim.
So what else? How will accept payment? So I'm not exactly sure what Seeds of Change have got in the way. You'll be able to do a bank transfer. I'm sure that'll be the easiest. But do they have credit card payments? Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. I'm not sure, to be honest. And I should know, but I don't know because I don't handle any of the finances to do with Seeds of Change. But Sam will answer every email and she will let you know. I don't know if they're using Wise. We cannot use PayPal in Thailand, so forget about PayPal.
So if you're interested, at the moment we've raised about 85,000 baht. So that's great. And
It's great, but we need more.
We'd love to get over 100. So if you'd like to make a bid, go to phuket-go.com, click on the story with the picture of the elephants, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about Seeds of Change, about how to make a bid. And a man called Kent said, you didn't get my bid. Kent, I don't believe we did. Ken RQ. I don't believe we got your email, so maybe you'd like to try again. I'll check the trash, what do you call it? The trash, the junk mail area, and see if it ended up in there for whatever reason.
And the email address again is?
The email address to do the bids,
yes,
timnewtontoday@gmail.com. That's where people send all their rude comments to me. So you didn't talk to me on chat. I just wanted to say that I'm very disappointed, ...
If you saw the number of, which is fantastic, all the number of chats that are coming through, it would be great to be able to. You're my worst nightmare. Oh, that came from Tom Ultmann.
So if you'd like to make a cash donation to Seeds of Change, we'll set that system up as well. But they're like a really nice, it's a great idea, helping a lot of ladies who, for whatever reason, have just sort of fallen through the cracks. They don't have the family support, they don't have a welfare support, but they now have this opportunity to learn a new skill, sewing, and they also get that network of other ladies around them, which is the best thing that they could possibly have. So a really nice idea, a very simple charity, but doing some great work. And it's not like an expensive charity where they just need money, money, money all the time. So these sort of funds that we're raising from this will help pay their wages because they deserve to be paid.
Yeah, and it's only, don't forget, it's really only some of the ladies that are now working there, they get paid. All of the materials and things are donated, which is great. But of course, there are some expenses, but everything is, the money that comes in is to help this foundation or charity grow and be able to teach more and more ladies skills that perhaps they didn't have. eye cancer.
And Frank, thank you very much. We did get the acknowledgement of your donation as well, so we'll make sure that information gets sent out to you. So thank you, Frank, for that donation. Some people said, "Look, we don't want one of your rotten shirts as a toy elephant. We just want to make a donation," and that's fine as well. So if you'd like to send an acknowledgement of a donation to Tim Newton today at gmail.com. We'll send that information to Seeds of Change as well. Now, on another matter, Sue went through a bit of a health crisis, some 18 months ago now?
It's actually longer than that. I know.
It seems like yesterday.
I know, it does seem like yesterday. And it's a couple of years ago now. And it was, I think, the beginning of 2020 when I had the worst part of it, where I'd had cancer, I'd had the chemotherapy and radiotherapy, and I was supposed to be coming good. And unfortunately, all my bloods crashed, and I crashed, and I'm O negative, Rh-O negative. And we were in desperate, life-threatening situations on 2 occasions. I almost didn't make it because we couldn't get the blood and the platelets.
The upshot of all that, and thank heavens your health has returned. You're sort of 99% there again.
Well, I'm pretty good.
So it's great that Sue has survived, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's happy about that too.
Yeah.
So we're all grateful for all the people that did help at the time. But there is actually a critical need and understanding of the importance of O negative blood.
Of Rh negative bloods, and there's A's and B and O. You may or may not know that O negative blood is it's the international blood. It's the only blood that actually can be given to every person. So if you have an accident and you're on the side of the road and you're bleeding out,
Brandon,
and you're rushed to hospital, and they need to give you blood straight away. The blood that is given to you all around the world is O negative blood. Unfortunately, in Asia, there's only 0.3% of the population has it.
So genetically, people of Asian ethnicity,
mm-hmm.
there is a lower number of people with
Rh negative
blood.
Yes.
So for all the foreigners that are living here, which have
mm-hmm.
a higher proportion of Rh negative, I don't know a lot about blood, so I'm just.
Well, I've learned a lot. I know far more.
Can I just interrupt?
Yeah, sure.
The Adventures of Brock in Thailand. Now, Brock was very, very kind when I was at my last job and donated 5 of these fantastic. Now, these are 2 of the shirts, for example, of the shirts that he gave me at the time. And he sells these lovely Hawaiian shirts. So thank you very much. And since I've left and they've been well worn, they're now living a second life and heading off to new homes. So thank you very much for your generosity. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I've always been a blood donor from the time I was 18. I worked at Channel 9 in Australia, and they had a thing where they used to send all the staff off to give blood. When I came to Thailand, there was a call for O negative, and so I became a blood donor here. And what I have found out is that most people don't know their blood type, and everyone should know their blood type, because if you go to hospital, you can be in real trouble if you need blood in a hurry. They don't just have it hanging around. Yes, we have the Red Cross and the public hospitals have their blood banks, but they have very limited amount of blood available. And the other thing here is that foreigners generally do not register on the database, which is crazy. People have accidents. People do need blood. I needed an enormous amount of red blood and platelets.
Vampire.
Yeah. We flew my son in, who is O negative, in an emergency.
So is your blood type basically something that you'll probably inherit from one of your parents?
Yes. Yeah. It's normally inherited.
Okay.
Well, I think it is always inherited, yeah.
So this is like a critical need. But what can people actually do apart from finding out and then remembering their... I've found out, 20 times during my life what my blood group is, and then I promptly forget.
Put it on your telephone. There's
I know
actually a part on your telephone that says your details, and that's you can put it in there. It has your blood group. But what everyone should do is consider...
Get it tattooed on your wrist.
Oh, no, but become a blood donor. One day you might need it. I never thought I'd need it. In fact, I used to always joke because when they'd call me, "Oh, can you come? We need O negative." I always dropped everything and went. And I used to joke and say, I hope that one day, if I ever need blood, people won't be too busy to come and give blood. So yes.
Dorothy Ruby Red has pointed out, and I was just going to mention, you can't give blood if you're a foreigner over 60 in Thailand. At least that's what we were told. My husband and I.
Okay,
it's
she's
true.
She's almost correct.
I've been down to the blood, like you go to Tesco and they've got the blood banks and things. I say I'm happy to. My blood is pure. I've never had a tattoo. I've never smoked a cigarette. I've never had a glass of alcohol. I've never taken any drugs. Sorry, you're over 60.
Unfortunately, they mess it up a little bit, but it is actually over 65. If you've lived here for over 2 years, the age is 65. If you've lived here under 2 years, it's 60. But you do get sometimes different staff who mess it up, and we're trying to sort these things out a little bit with the Red Cross. Yeah.
I always get rejected. It's the story of my life. So
you'll almost be too old.
Almost, Sue.
I'm too old now. I know, Tim. Yeah. Okay. Nobody wants my blood anyway anymore.
So do you know your blood group? Do you? And if you found out in the past, can you remember? I can't remember. But I know it's very common. I'm just extremely common, where you're extremely rare.
Yeah, but common blood is needed more because it's needed every day by lots of people. So please, become a blood donor if you can.
So Han says you can give blood at the Lotuses. We'll never get quite used to the way that they've spelt that. But yes, sometimes, maybe once a month, they set up a blood bank down at the local Lotus here. Well, it's not so much in the Lotus, it's in the like the shopping centre area. They obviously just donate a space for them, and there's people there on stretchers giving blood. And you can walk past and go, oh, good for you. Because it is one of those selfless things that you can do. You're not required to, you're not asked to. It's just something that you can do that's utterly selfless, but will probably save a life. And in the case of those people with O negative blood, and we rushed to the support of Sue at the time, and we had a database going, and it was all it was a bit desperate, but we had to rally together all the O negative people around Phuket and beyond. I think some people even flew down from Bangkok.
Well, I was in Bangkok at one stage, and I needed it there, and then we thought I was improving, so they packed me up and sent me home, and only to crash down again. And but it wasn't for people like you who did really, and lots of people who just got out there and rallied around. But people are dying because we can't get the blood. And in fact, last week we did lose someone because we were unable to get the blood.
Frank wants to know more about the databases. But this is the topic for, you're off to the Foreign Correspondence Club in Bangkok this week.
I am.
And you're the guest speaker.
I'm on a panel of 5.
They won't even let me become a member there, you know.
Oh, well, I've been invited.
They're not my favourite people up there. You're not a journalist. You can't join us.
Oh.
So thanks,
I'm not a journalist, but they invited me.
Well, you're special.
I'm special. Yes, so this week there's a group of us who have got together. There's a lady in Bangkok, an American lady who
There's lots of ladies in Bangkok, so...
No, this one in particular She runs around trying to find blood to save lives, particularly Rh negative bloods. And she has put together this panel, two of us who are blood donors, but also recipients who both almost died and would have died if we weren't able to get the blood. And we are meeting with journalists from the Correspondents Club and also members of the Red Cross to discuss with them the possibility of changing some of the ideas that they have. So when I come back, hopefully maybe we can get together again and maybe we'll get some positive news that will make things a little bit easier.
So blood practices are different in different parts of the world.
Yes.
And in some ways, and this is no criticism of people like Red Cross here who do an amazing job, but some of the practices are perhaps not 100% up to date with some of the most modern practices in some Western countries. And so part of what you're doing is hoping to lobby for some change, so there'll be a greater acceptance of donors and also storage of things like O negative blood or Rh negative.
Well, we want to get out a message to all foreigners, no matter whether you have Rh negative or what blood it is, that you should be a blood donor, that you need to be on the databases of the Red Cross or in Phuket, Wat Chira. I was actually always a blood donor at Wat Chira, the public hospital. And become a donor. You might need blood one day, so why not go and give blood yourself? So at least when you need it, you've done something. That's very important too. Find out first what your blood, what you are. Well, if you go and become a blood donor, they'll tell you what blood you are straight away.
How long does it take? They take a sample of your blood and they can do a test. How long does it take?
A couple of seconds.
Oh, a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
okay.
That's very quick. And to give a bag of blood takes about 20 minutes. Platelets are a different thing. Platelets are do you know what platelets are?
They're a component of the blood.
Yeah,
it's like a plasma.
Yeah, basically. It's a different machine altogether. They extract the red blood and it goes through and separates the platelets, and the platelets come out and they're a yellow colour, and they put the red blood back into you, which means you get your iron and everything back into you. Normally, you can only give red blood every 3 months. In Thailand, you can give platelets once a month. In other countries, you can give platelets every 2 weeks. But not everyone can give platelets. Very difficult for Asians because they have small veins, and actually most women. So it's usually men because they've got bigger veins.
Bigger veins.
Yeah, so, and platelets are something. I still have the problem, my red blood and my platelets are still lower level than they should be. And my white blood cells, well, they just don't work really. I have to still have injections on a regular basis, as in
How often do you have those?
Twice a week.
Okay. Do you self-administer?
Yes.
Okay. Easy.
I got taught to do that by the hospital.
Fantastic.
And,
have you, I suppose this is just sort of exploring slightly beyond the discussion, but did you explore alternative methods of trying to get your blood working again? I mean, obviously you had the best modern science and medical skills available to you. You went up to Bangkok and got some very, very good doctors behind you. But did you sort of go and start doing a bit of exploring for other alternatives, sort of herbal or...
Yeah.
I mean, it must be very difficult because...
Yes, and you have to be very careful because there's lots of people giving you lots of advice.
With the best of intentions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, people wanting to give advice and help you, but sometimes not every herbal remedy is going to be successful on everyone.
Now, I think people would know when you say that, you've got problems with your blood and with this. Okay, so have big greens. Use all the big greens. Have citruses, all very good for you.
Well, they're probably just good for you generally.
Yeah, I can't have big greens.
When we're talking about big greens, we're talking about spinach and broccoli.
all of those big healthy things.
Oh, you don't?
I can't have those. I can't have citrus. And the reason is that I have a thing called high ferritin. Ferritin is is one of the ions in your body, and it's an ion that attracts other ions and things. It should be between 30 and 80, I think, the reading. Mine was 4,750 because I had so much from all of the red blood transfusions, just boosted my iron. Now, to get this down naturally, I've had to change my diet completely. So I can't have things like all the big greens, shellfish, orange juice, all of those different things, because that pushes it up again.
Pretty hard to find real orange juice in Thailand, to be honest.
Not really.
Well, yeah, unless you squeeze it yourself, sure.
Yeah, sure.
But the stuff you buy in 7-Eleven, it's just
I had lots of people telling me different vitamins, and these are people who are supposed to know what they're talking about. So before I take anything, I research it. I've learnt to do this because I've had to learn a lot about blood a lot about my blood. So, that's enough about me.
Okay, so by the way, we are sort of here, apart from talking about this very important talk in Bangkok this week at the Foreign Correspondents Club. Hello to the members there and the committee. So we are auctioning off the rest of these toy elephants. If you go to phuket-go.com, click on the link with me with my shirts, and you can find out a bit more about Seeds of Change, how to bid. Now, at the moment, we'll go. Can I plug this back in? I think I can because I turned the audio off. I don't think this will cause things. So if we just scroll through these again.
Yep.
So we've got all these. It says some 37 items. They're different sizes, and you can bid for these.
Okay, there we go. Number one.
So Sue will just scroll through these.
Okay, so these are the small ones, and they're all very, very cute.
So there's 10 of each. There's 10 small, 10 medium, 10 large.
And then we go to the medium.
The medium ones. This is a medium one.
So I'm just putting next to my head so you can see it. I don't have a big head, but And then we go from the mediums.
Thank you very much to Julian Mack at my Mac in Katsu, because my laptop died yesterday. That's why we've got this rotten camera, and I've got this whole Frankenstein system today. But
it makes me look good.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I'm looking good. You need eyebrows. And then we've got the large ones. And then we, of course, have the huge one, which we don't have one here.
The really, really big one. There's only one of those. Now, they do have minimum bids on them, but because we're wrapping the auction up, if you make any bid for any of those items, we'll take the bid, and still the highest bid for any of those items will be the one that is contacted, and everybody will be contacted in the next 48 hours. Give me a few days, because it's my birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to go out and get trashed, which means being home by 9. Oh dear, look at this.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Oh dear, oh dear. Thank you very much. It's not my birthday, it's my birthday
tomorrow. But I'm not here tomorrow.
It was my sister's birthday on Friday.
And it was my birthday on the 21st of January.
They stop counting once they get to your age, don't they?
I went to the Elton John concert. That's your birthday cake. A chocolate muffin from McDonald's. That was as good as I could get.
Oh, they're lovely.
You get up early in the morning and you come here. I mean, nothing's open.
I honestly, and it's on the way. It's a drive-through. I rate McDonald's when it comes to coffee and the muffins. The muffins are great.
And I did bring coffee as well, but we drank those.
Oh, there's a card?
Yes.
It'll have probably...
No, come open it.
There'll be 20,000 baht inside. Yeah?
Not that cheap.
Okay. Oh, it's a rude card. Can I show this?
Yes.
I'm just checking everything.
There's nothing.
Otherwise, YouTube. So there we go. Another year older and none the wiser. Thank you very much. And there's a lovely shot of a baboon who's clearly got more hair than I have. Thank you, Sue and Tom. Sorry, 20,000 baht must have fallen out. Where did it go?
Oh, you'll find it later.
There's more in here. Thank you very much. It's not my birthday today.
Tomorrow, but it's all right.
Tomorrow.
No, that's all right. They're wishing you a happy birthday for tomorrow.
And I'll be 64.
You'll be 64.
Sorry, don't say that too loud. So on your birthday, you went to Australia and you saw Elton John.
I went to the last concert, the last Australian concert of Sir Elton John. I had amazing tickets.
I do love Cherry Ripe.
Yes, amazing tickets up very close to the front. And thanks to my good friend Michael Chugg. And my son and I went. We had a great night in Brisbane. Now, I know you're not a... Okay. Ta-da. I know you're not a drinker and you don't, but you must have nice bottles. And that is actually from Venice.
Wow. I'm sorry, what is it?
You put it in, you have a bottle.
Yes.
And you put it in the top.
Oh, lovely. Handmade. From Venice. Oh, please put it back. Be careful. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yes.
Just thank you very much, Sue and Tom. It's like a bottle stop.
Yeah. So I know you don't drink alcohol, but you must have.
Oh, I see. So it's got the 3 different rubber stoppers so it fits in any bottle.
Yes.
That's lovely. Thank you very much, Sue. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very
and
nice.
And chockies, and so you...
I love the chockies. I love everything. Thank you very much. And I'm a very, very lucky boy indeed. Okay. So sort of back to the program.
So please go and bid. And as Tim said, even though we've got the minimum bid there, if you want to bid lower, please. We really need to make some money for the charity, and we would like to sell all of these elephants.
Tim, is it okay to tip this stream and you pass the money to them? I don't require the elephant but would like to help. Okay, so which way today? Thank you very much for the suggestion. Now, the problem is, whilst I am very, very grateful for the people that do donate to the program, YouTube does take a commission from that. So I would rather, if you would like to make a donation, to send an acknowledgement of your donation to timnewtontoday@gmail.com. My name is da-da-da-da, my email is da-da-da-da, and I'm going to donate X. And then you can pay Seeds of Change directly so that they will get 100% of the money that you're donating. Because I'm not interested... They'll contact you within the next few days. So thank you for the suggestion, but no, please don't donate through the YouTube stream, although I'm very grateful when people do. But for the Seeds of Change charity, for the elephants, you've got all the elephants over on your side now.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened. You can have one back.
Thank you very much. At least I have one. Smells like me.
No, it does not. Nobody will buy them if you say that.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't.
Oh, yes, they will. They'll be sitting at home going, Tim Newton.
What can I say? More than, no, they won't. So
if you want to find out more, Phuket-go.com. There's the article there on the front page. You can, by the way, Phuket-go.com is a news page if you want to find out what's happening in Phuket and a few other things as well. So click on the story. You can find out about Seeds of Change. What are you looking at your watch for? Are you bored?
No, it was telling me to get up and go for a walk.
She's bored. Oh, when's this going to finish? Phuket-go.com. Click on it. Find out about Seeds of Change. Tells you how to donate. It shows you all the items for auction. We'll accept any bids because we want to make sure all these elephants go to a great home. Now, for those people that are bidding, you'll have to obviously pay for your bid and the postage. Now, the postage isn't that much, particularly if you do it with like snail mail. If you want it sent overnight, then it's going to cost a bit more with, Jet Express and all those.
Anyway, they can deal with, Sam will explain all of that to you when you make your bids.
Let's go through some comments from people. Some promite for Tim. You didn't bring me promite. Do you know, my sister...
Vegemite were Australians.
When my sister first came to Thailand, because I do like Promite, and it was a bit hard to get, this is 10 years ago, she brought me 10 jars of Promite. Heavens knows how they got through customs. But I'm down to my 10th Promite jar. It looks like I average 1 jar a year.
Oh.
So it's a little bit desperate. But the good news is that people do come to Asia every now and then from my hometown, and they always bring a jar of Promite. So
I didn't bring you any. You didn't tell me. I could have brought
No,
you
well,
some.
I'm much more grateful for the chocolates, I can assure you. I don't mind a bit of Promite in the morning on a bit of toast. More so than Vegemite, I'm sorry to say. I hope the auction is a great success, says Reed. Thank you, Sue and Tim. Cool card, says Ken RQ. A little bit rude, I would have thought, Ken. A picture of a baboon on the front. What are you trying to say, Sue? This message is held for review. I can see why. What elephants do not have any bids? Okay. I hope you're taking notes here. Number 2, 4, 7, 12, 15 and 26 have been bid. Number 10, 18, 25, 28, 30 and 37 have all had high bids above the amount, and they're already gone unless you want to bid more. I'll just hold that. No,
Can they see the bids online? Can they see the...
No, I haven't. We're not that sophisticated. Remember,
Sorry.
Tim Newton today is a team, an enormous team.
Of one.
Of one. So I can't do everything because I've got a day job as well. And thank you, Frank, for the donation as well. We've acknowledged that.
Ben Hayes wants to know why isn't Tom on the show?
Well, these two would just argue. I mean, they would just get on and they'd be...
No, you two would argue. You and Tom would argue, not Tom and me. We're married.
Well, Tom and I get along very well. Oh, my goodness. Okay, so somebody has made a donation on the program. Look, I'm not exactly sure what to do with that, but we'll sort that out. Thank you very much, Which Way Today. Thanks for the info, Tim and Sue. And thank you, Which Way Today. What's your real name? Tell us what your real name is so we can thank you personally. Tom not on the show. Tim only has 2 mics. Now, I've actually got 4 mics, but running the audio is difficult enough with 2. We are doing another program. Sue may be part of this program in the future.
Oh.
The show was going to be called Grumpy Old Men. But Sue will qualify on 2 of those particular words.
Grumpy and old. Thanks very much. Yes, I've got that.
Perhaps fails the final one. But we've got Steve Ross and hopefully you, and we'll sort of interchange the third person.
Okay.
And we hope to have a regular chit-chat about things involving Thailand from mature-aged people, and we can reflect on a lot of experiences in Thailand. Steve Ross was back here like pre-2000. You were here pre-2000.
Mm-hmm.
Sue's been around Phuket for about 80 years and has seen it go from just mangroves and palm trees.
Pretty much. And rubber plantations.
Rubber plantations. And so, we're looking forward to doing that program. I think it'd actually be very, very funny.
So Grunt Max apologises for the bad language. Was he the one that was blocked earlier?
Yes, YouTube does that automatically. So there's some messages that don't even come through. Tom not on the show. Tomorrow's your birthday, but happy birthday anyway, says Anonymous Critter. Thank you very much. Which Way Today? Thank you from Frank in Thailand. So thank you very much, Which Way Today. Can't wait for the new show. Tim, is it my eyes or what's up with the contrast on the stream? Okay. So as I said, I'm using this very inferior camera today because I won't explain why, but we're using a Mac Mini to sort of host the program.
And it died.
And no, my laptop died. It's got a lot of inputs, but the Mac Mini doesn't have many inputs. So I've had to Frankenstein the system and use this. It's an Elgato webcam, and it's very, very contrasty, and I apologize for that. But I can't really do much about it except...
What's Frankensteining got to do with...
Well, how was Frankenstein constructed? Was there bits and pieces from other people, remember?
Oh, yes.
So
I see.
I've sort of had to use bits and pieces. I had to use a bit of this and a bit of that.
Got it.
So we're sort of got a slightly inferior system. So apologise for the picture quality. But then again, Sue looks old, whatever camera you use, really.
So sweet. Isn't he? He's just so sweet to me. Why do I come here?
Tim, what a diplomat, says Mutt Irk. You have to really be careful reading some of these names because if you say them quickly, they say a dirty word. Some of them are a bit sneaky. Thank you, Vince. Good question. Can Sue speak fluent Thai?
My day.
So people like you and me, people get stuck into us. They go, why can't you speak Thai? You've been there for 100 years. Why can't you speak Thai?
You know, and people are correct. When we've been here as long as we have, we should speak fluent Thai. When people move to Australia from other countries, we expect them to learn English and speak English. So I do speak some Thai, but I've been here a long time and I should speak, read and write Thai, and I don't.
So have you tried to learn?
Yeah.
Because I've tried.
Many years ago we were learning to read and write and speak Thai at the one time, and it was great. We left Thailand and went to the Philippines to work over there, and then when we came back, we just never got back into it, and I've always regretted it, you know, and I respect people who do learn it, and yeah.
I've always said that there are just some people who are able to learn languages better than others.
Yeah, and I'm hopeless.
Me too. I've tried. I've tried to learn the grammar, which a lot of people recommend. Learn the squiggles and things, and learn how to sort of pronounce those. I've tried learning just basic sentences, just all the commonly used sentences. Important things like my pet, not too much spice.
Sure. I mean, I can speak
things like no, I don't really love you. You know, important phrases like that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can all speak sometime. We managed to get by, but my Thai's terrible.
Yeah, I've tried, but I've just decided that I'm stupid. So I think I'm pretty busy these days. I work about 12, 14 hours a day, and I probably just simply don't have time to really concentrate on it. And I think living on an island like Phuket, so many of the Thais here and foreigners will speak some English. So it's a lot easier to say live here and not know Thai than if you're living up in, say, Udon Thani or up in villages. You'd really be struggling.
And I mean, I work for a restaurant called Ban Rimpa, and part of what I've always done is work with the staff for English. They need to speak English. So rather than me speaking Thai, it's always been a matter of teaching them English. So, that's an excuse I use anyway.
So, of course, now people are telling me about Frankenstein was the name of the doctor, not the creature that he made. Look, the word describing...
Moving on.
This is the sort of things that happen. Describing something as being Frankenstein means that you're putting bits and pieces together from all over the place. So I don't want to sort of get into the history of the story of Frankenstein. No. It's just a euphemism. So to say the least, I've had to sort of get bits of wires and other black boxes that I've used in the past, put them together.
Okay, we get it, Tim, enough. Move on.
So, yes.
Thanks, Frank.
Okay, so that's about it. Now, the only other thing I was going to ask you, Sue, because we are both of an age, and we have decided for whatever reason that we're calling Thailand our home, and it's likely that, certainly in my case, it's my intention to stay here until the end. So why have you and Tom decided that this is your home? I mean, you're both Australians, but you decided to move here, I don't know, 20, 30, how long? 70 years ago? No,
not 70 years ago. Tom and I left Australia about nearly 31 years ago, or just over 30 years ago. We were married. We just got married. It was our second marriage for both of us. We got married. I'd always worked around Asia, based out of Australia with the travel media. And Tom was a hotel GM, and he'd always wanted to work in Asia. So we decided, hey, let's pack up and move to Asia. Tom's first hotel was in Koh Samui, then he was in the Philippines, Malaysia. And then we decided to come and base ourselves here because we really liked Phuket. It was never intended to be a forever thing. We were always, I guess, going back to Australia. It just never happened. And we love the lifestyle here. We love our life. We love our home. And when you've been somewhere for, pretty much 30 years,
it becomes your home.
Yeah, it does. And I've just been back to Australia a couple of weeks ago, as we said, because I went to the Elton John concert for my birthday. But, yeah, I don't feel as comfortable in Australia as I do here in Phuket. I mean, this is my home.
I was there last October and I felt like a foreign tourist. I didn't feel like I was anything that resembled what I remembered as Australia. I think the country has changed quite a lot. I don't know if it's for the better or worse. I don't live there to make that sort of distinction. But I've decided that this suits me. I like the weather. I like the lifestyle. I generally like most of the people. I find most Thais very amiable. And there's something about their smile that is just a lovely thing to see each day, whether it's real or not.
But that's, I mean, it doesn't matter what country you're in. There's good people and bad people and happy people. I think one of the other things is the safety. Now, let's not talk about the traffic and being on the roads and things, which isn't particularly safe. But generally, in Thailand, you can go around walking in the streets of a night time quite safely. Tom and I are going up to Bangkok this week. We'll be up there for maybe 5 or 6 nights. You can walk around. I'm comfortable walking around the sois in the city by myself. I wouldn't walk around the streets of most capital cities in Australia.
I wouldn't walk around Melbourne at night time.
Absolutely not. And when you see all of the different things that are happening back home, yeah, sure, things happen in Thailand, but usually it's Thai against Thai,
I always say to people who ask me why I'm living in Thailand, I say, look, the big things like cost of living, climate, general stability, lifestyle, food, access to food, fresh food, all those things tick, 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 tick. There are a million little annoyances, but as you say, you'll find those anywhere in the world. But if you just sort of forget those things, the big picture things I find suit me fine. I always recommend for anybody who thinks they might like to retire in Thailand, I'd say, sure, come and check it out. Don't come for a week and stay in Patong or Pattaya and think you've seen Thailand. Spend 3 or 4 months. Yeah. Spend a week here, a week there. Go and have a good look around the country. Find which area you feel happy with. Because there's all sorts of different parts of Thailand. I've got different vibes, different sort of people living there. Some have got more expats or less expats. Some have got different climates. Like you go to Chiang Mai, you're going to get a bit more of that sort of cold weather in the winter. When you're down south, we just get hot weather all the time. It's either dry or it's not dry. That's about all we have to worry about. It's always hot.
And if you don't like hot weather, don't come.
Yeah, basically. So if you spend, I don't know, a good 3 months here and just check out different areas, then you'll get a much better picture than just coming for a week and saying, hey, I had a great time. I think I'll go and retire there. It's not for everybody. It won't suit everybody. There are a lot of people that will just never feel comfortable here, and that's fine. But don't just think because you had a good holiday here once that it's a great place to retire. You need to stay here for much longer. Also, get onto the forums, read about Thailand, watch programs like this that talk about the good and the bad things in Thailand every day, and listen to people like Sue, who's got decades of experience, many, many, many decades of experience.
There's a few questions coming through. The last one that just came through was about health insurance. Something I'm just going to revert back to when I was critically ill, and I started off. I was in Bangkok for my cancer treatment, and I was in Bangkok when I was very ill looking for blood. I was down also in Phuket. People said to me, "Why didn't you go back to Australia? You know, the medical care in Australia must have been much better." One, Australia didn't want me because I no longer have a Medicare card and things, and it would have been very expensive. But I have to say that the treatment that I had here in Thailand, the doctors that I had were, a couple of doctors in particular, stepped outside of their comfort zone, and because my case was quite rare, and really looked after me. The hematologist here in Phuket, she even said, "This is too big for me," and she put me in touch with her professor at the Sue University in Bangkok, and I couldn't have had better treatment than I had here in Thailand. That if I went back to Australia, the question about the cost of of medical expense of insurance. Insurance is very expensive. When you're younger, it's not too bad. As you get older, it gets more expensive. And a lot of the insurance policies, if you're coming to live in Thailand, you need to check these out because a lot of them finish at the age of 75. Now, when you're in your 50s,
some of them at 70.
Yeah, and when you're in your 40s or 50s, you don't think about that. You need to think about that because you do get to that age. Fortunately, ours are whole of life policies, and that's what you need.
And so is mine.
And they're expensive. Yours would be going up. Ours, because of Tom's and my age, which is much older than Tim, is very expensive. But without that insurance, we would have been, in a lot of trouble. And we ran out of insurance for me, and it did cost us a lot of money. But you must have health insurance. Brendan yesterday said he didn't think that you needed it. He's young. When you're young, you don't think about things. Believe me, if you're coming to Thailand, make sure you have health insurance as part of your budget.
Yes, I think probably when you're looking to retire here, there is probably no more important thing to consider than your health insurance.
Absolutely.
Because if you get the right insurance package, it is something that you will sleep a lot better at night time, knowing that you've got that trampoline there. So you need to shop around. You need to find out, as Sue mentioned, one of those insurance packages that if you stay with that insurance company, they'll actually give you insurance past 70 or 75 or whole of life. So make sure you do shop around. I'm not going to recommend any particular company today, except to say that both Sue and I have got whole of life insurances. I can share because I haven't had any life-threatening situations, but my insurance is about 45,000 baht a year, and it's been so for the past 6 years because I haven't made any claims. And it gives me a sort of a medium level insurance. It's only for inpatients, not for outpatients. So if I've got a cough or something and I go in to see the clinic, I pay for that with my own cash. It's going to cost me 2,000 or 3,000 baht, probably less. But for the big things like a heart operation or a brain aneurysm or like big ticket stuff, they'll scrape me off the road and they'll take me to a private hospital and they'll look after me. And that's sort of, I think, where I... But the other really, really important thing is look after your own health. Be responsible for your own health because the health insurance can only fix you up after you get sick. The best thing you can do is not even go to a hospital in the first place. Try and stay well. Now, that's not going to work all the time.
And that's easier said than done.
But the best thing we can do is to just, try and avoid things that are going to lean on your health.
Motorbikes.
Sure. So stay off motorbikes. I use mine, but I know the risk and I know that one day I've already had one fall, but it wasn't too bad. But like Brendan, You end up with a few bruises, but you get over it. But I mean, yes, Sue's things came completely out of nowhere.
I was incredibly healthy.
Yes, you were
fit.
exercising every day,
I was
running up and down stairs.
running up and down mountains, up and down stairs. I had zero health issues. And in fact, if I recently did a medical and everything is fantastic. I mean, I don't have a cholesterol problem. I don't have diabetes. I don't have any of things. Everything comes out in the green. It's just my blood's very sus. So how did that happen? We don't know. The form of cancer I had was one that a smoker, 80% of people, it's a smoker's cancer. I've never smoked in my life, but they believe I got it from secondhand smoke. And yes, I lived and worked in environments that were lots of people did smoke.
Advertising in a TV station, I can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they're just, I suppose, some tips from people who have been through this sort of stuff. And I'm very lucky that I've got a good health insurance, and it's the best thing that you can have. And once you've got a good health insurance,
Thank you, Tim Shaw.
No.
A big kiss from Tim Shaw. Thank you, darling.
Well, I think that kiss is for me.
No, Sue. A big birthday kiss for Tim. Oh.
Yeah, see?
Oh.
No. I don't want you.
I thought it was for my birthday last week.
I don't want your diseases.
Come on.
Get girl germs.
Oh.
So, look, thank you, Mutt Irk. I mean, it's a silly comment. Linda McCartney, a vegetarian, died 56 years of age of cancer.
Cancer just gets you if it wants you.
Yeah, and vegetarians get sick too. And you can lead a very, very healthy lifestyle. And I do try and eat a good balanced diet. I don't eat too much Thai food. I do love my Thai food. But if you eat it 3 times a day, you're going to get a lot of salt and sugar that you probably don't need. Mm-hmm. So if you are living here, you need to go and find fresh vegetables, find fresh fruit.
Balanced diet in everything.
Fresh fruit.
I remember Tom had a heart attack about 12 years ago, and he was taken to Bumrungrad, and the surgeon there asked him, "Do you eat a lot of Thai food?" And Thai surgeon. Tom said, "No, very little." He said, "Good, it's the worst food in the world." And we were quite taken back. But it's because of the especially in the street food where they use the palm oil, a lot of sugar, a lot of things that you really don't need. The more modern restaurants are moving away from all of those sort of things. They don't use MSG anymore, and they're pulling back. And I think that Thai society is trying, but there's still so much sugar in their diet. And when you look at them all going to 7-Eleven every 2 minutes, buying their foods there as well.
Look, I have to say, when it comes to MSG, I know there's been a lot of negative publicity about this in the past. I've done some tests with people on a radio program years and years ago with a man called Darren Hinch.
Oh.
And we had two groups of 5. And one was given food with MSG and the other was given food without MSG. Mm-hmm. And the ones given the food with the MSG, they were told there's MSG in the food and we've got doctors here to measure any changes in your heart rate. The thing is, what we did when the people who had the MSG food, they all, after the food, were saying, "Oh, I'm sweating," and "Oh, I think my heartbeat's gone up." We'd actually swapped the food and there was no MSG in the food at all. So that's a very strong placebo effect.
Yeah. Look.
And there's been other tests done with MSG over the years that despite the bad publicity, it happened, I think, in the early 80s. There is not really any strong scientific evidence that it's that dangerous, but it is used in some Thai food, there's no doubt.
Yeah, it's been dropped a lot in a lot of places.
Sue, are you a teetotaler like Tim?
No. I love my wine. I love my wine.
From 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night.
I can't wait to finish. That's why I was looking at my watch before, definitely almost due for the first one of the day.
So you are particularly, see if I remember this right, Semillon Blanc. Semillon Blanc.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Correct?
Sauvignon, not Semillon. Semillon is one grape. No, it's Sauvignon Blanc I like.
Sauvignon Blanc. Okay.
And Pinot Grigio. But I do like reds as well. But I'm not
You're
a
not
Chardonnay.
fussy.
I'm not a Chardonnay person.
Okay, just so you know.
And I do love bubbles.
Okay. Tim, one of the best programs, Bring Back Sue. Oh, she's very expensive and very difficult to manage. I don't think that's possible.
Thank you.
Plus, she lives in Rawai, which is a long way from here. If you want to go from here, I'm sort of in the middle of the island, to the very, very south down in Rawai at the wrong time of day, it could take an hour or so.
Didn't take me long to get here this morning on Sunday morning.
Not Sunday morning.
And Tim Shaw in Australia says it's wine o'clock in Sydney, a cheeky rosé in hand here. Oh, I love you, Tim.
The same Darren Hinch who continued to drink after a liver transplant. That's the one. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. I think he's in his mid to late 70s now. Mm. And he has had the most horrific health scares in his life and somehow lived through them. So extraordinary. If you want to know how to live a good life, read Darren's books. I think with that, we should just do a quick wrap-up of this. We've been rabbiting on for nearly an hour and a half.
Oh, really?
So
sorry, folks.
We are here for Seeds of Changes very, very quickly, Sue. Without sort of clicking the wrong buttons here, let's just go through all these again. Put them on that side of the screen. There we go. So these are all the elephants that you can bid on. And if you go to...
This is my screen, by the way, Tim.
I'm sorry. So if you go to phuket-go.com, click on the story, you'll find out about Seeds of Change. You'll find out where the shirts came from that were made by the people at Seeds of Change. You'll find out how to donate, how to bid. And
just bid anything.
Anything.
Just bid anything. We really want to raise a lot more money today. So please put your bids in on a few different ones and you'll have to send it by email.
Which is your favourite?
Which is my favourite?
That's one of my favourites there.
That one, this one here?
Yes.
Yeah, I love
Jungle
that one.
Jan. Love Jungle Jan.
I like that one. And I actually really like this one.
The elephants have stripper names. I had fun naming the elephants.
Did you name them?
I named them, yes.
Oh, okay.
Amazon
Probably.
Amy. Maybe.
And this one here, which is...
Blue Brianna.
Very cute. I rather like that. That would go very nicely with my blue things at home.
Oh, you got a lot of blue?
Yeah, you have a lot of blue as well.
Well, blue wall, but otherwise sort of green.
Oh, no, you've got blue carpet and blue cushions.
Yes, that's true.
Of course you have.
That's true.
He doesn't know what he's even got in his house. That one also is very nice.
Jorgen D, thank you very much. Much appreciated. It says Chang, which is elephant.
Yes.
Or he might be referring to...
No, I think elephant. This is a Chang.
Thank you, Jorgen. Thank you very much. Dam, most fruits are high in sugar. You probably lost weight because you sweated in the heat. Sweated? Sweat. Yes. Yeah, I'm such a grammar Nazi. I'm shocking reading these comments because that bothers me. Jorgen, thank you very much. And very kind.
Thug life.
Keep Sue as a regular guest, remote live stream if possible. What does that mean? Remote live stream.
I think that's what we're doing.
Well, it's remote for Sue because it's my house and Sue's the guest. After she finishes, she's got about an hour of cleaning to do here before she heads home.
In your dreams.
So Sue's the regular cleaner. She comes once a week and does the toilets and changes the beds. And that's how I got to meet Sue. Well, I did try having a co-host on the program and nobody liked it. So I've gone back to... Anyway, just flick through these.
I think it's good to have different people. Don't touch
my
over. Screen.
Move it over.
Move it over.
There we go. There we are. Then now you can go.
Oh, so picky. Okay, this is a cute one. Number 16. That's a cute one, isn't it?
Number 16 is available at the moment. Number 16.
Okay. What other numbers are available?
All the ones that aren't available are available. So 2, 4, 7, 12, 15, 26, 10, 18, 25, 28, 30 and 37. But if you bid higher than those people...
But they don't know how because you haven't told them.
It's a secret, though.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
Oh, okay. That one's cute. I do like that one.
The problem with a co-host, Tim, is they will outshine you, says the thrill of Patia. Yes, I'm completely paranoid about that. I've got a very, very low self-esteem and I'm very worried about my co-hosts outshining me. Don't outshine me, Sue.
The other thing is we have the travel bag, number 36.
There we do a bit of a zoom in. There you go. So what have you got on that? You've got a glasses case, you've got a purse and an eye...
No, I think it's a headband.
No, it's meant to be an eye, what you wear on the aeroplane. Okay. Now, if you wore that on the aeroplane, people would...
Well, you could use it as a mask.
You could use it as a mask.
Wear it up and down.
Place the available numbers in the comments. I'll do that at the end of the program, okay? Thank you very much, the thrill of Patia. I think he's trolling me a bit. And Rachel Masters, Tim, there's a pig flying behind you.
I kept seeing something flying on your screen.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, there was something yellow flying.
Will Nick get the flick? No, Nick's he is the co-host on Saturdays and Sundays, but he is busy for the next few weeks. The fact is that anybody who comes in, they're doing it in their own time, and people have got jobs here, you know.
And we don't get paid.
In fact, you have to bring gifts to come. Yeah. That's the truth.
Breakfast gifts.
So have Sue and Nick do a segment. Well, that's it. I've heard it all. That would be a real generation gap because Nick's 18.
We need Sue and Nick.
It's going to start a bit of a thing. Thank you for the trolling.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so pleased that some of you have enjoyed this.
Tim can run the cameras. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing in that regard, so I'm probably the last person. When does Natty arrive in Phuket? I don't know. Natty lives up in Bangkok, and we've been in contact, and I wish her well, but I don't think Natty's coming down to work in Phuket. Having said that, there is somebody, a familiar face, who is coming down this week, and in fact, a few people. One I'm having lunch with today, and another one coming down this week who's actually staying here.
Well, who?
And I can't tell everybody.
Well, then don't bring it up.
It's Jet, but don't tell everybody.
Oh.
Just like doing Talkback Radio on the ABC. Okay, it's time to go. So Thank you very, very much, everybody. Thank you to those people who are probably donating as we speak on timnewtontoday@gmail.com. And if you want to know everything about the auction, it's going to close tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And you just go to Phuket-go.com. There's a link in the description, and it tells you everything about Seeds of Change, tells you everything about Living Waters Phuket, tells you about where the shirts came from, and it tells you all the items that are up for auction.
And tells you nothing about me.
Absolutely nothing. You can disregard the minimum amounts, because we want to try and but we'd like all these elephants to find a great new home. What?
Tim, go for a swim and let Sue do the show.
No. Jet is not moving to Phuket. Here we go.
Okay, we're saying goodbye now.
Oh, dear. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Sue. Sue Ultmann.
Hi, Tim.
Who's been lent to us by Tom Ultmann today. And good luck with the FCC, the
Foreign Correspondents Club.
Foreign Correspondents Club of Bangkok, who don't want me as a member. And you're going to be talking to them about blood and the importance of R negative, RH negative, and O negative bloods. And we'll do some more publicity about that after that event.
And become blood donors and find out your own blood type.
And then write it. Get a tattoo. No, that's...
Tom actually said for you to get it tattooed on your head. I read that.
There's plenty of room. I could get great big, A positive or whatever it is. Thanks, everybody, and please donate. Let's make sure Seeds of Change can go on and have a great future, because I really respect the work that Sam and her team do now. I respect Sue for her work with Living Waters Phuket, and Phuket has been good to us, and the other 100 charities that you're involved in. And Barn Room Pa, which sort of lent Sue for the day. That's her day job. We all have to have a day job.
Have to have a day job.
Thanks, everybody. And sorry about the confusion at the start with the sound. I'll chop that bit out of the stream, and hopefully everybody can enjoy the program. See you next time.
Okay.
Sue Ultmann, and that's it for TNT. Tomorrow, back to our normal daily 15-minute show of all the main Thai news. And please subscribe to the channel if you get a moment, and we look forward to seeing you next time.